Uday Pratap Singh. You're watching NewsX. Our focus continues to be on the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Ayodhya. He is there for the Deepostav on the eve of Diwali. This is the 6th year of the Deepostav and the first time the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has attended this event. During the Deepostav, Mahotsav, around 18 lakh earthen lamps were lit up today as part of Diwali celebrations, which also included fireworks, laser show and the staging of Ram Leelas. The PM also saw a 3D holographic projection mapping performance at Ram Ki Pedi on the banks of the Saryu. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also offered prayers earlier today at the Ram Lalla, and he also took part in the aarti on the banks of the Saryu River. Prime Minister Modi also inspected the Ram Mandir construction site. Ahead of Diwali, Ram Janmabhoomi Ayodhya is adorned with countless indigenous and exotic flowers. Every intersection of Ayodhya was embellished with rangolis made of flowers to make the Deepotsav 2022 all the more magnificent. Joining us at this point live is Dr. K.K. Sharma, historian. Dr. Sharma, let me quickly bring you in here to talk about these beautiful visuals which are of course coming in and have come in from Ayodhya. What do you make of the messaging of the Prime Minister's visit there? The fact that he has chosen to be there to finally take part in the Deepotsav celebrations on the eve of Diwali in the temple town.
देखिए, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आज अयोध्या की विजिट की है और इस दीपोत्सव कार्यक्रम में भाग लेने की जो एक शुरुआत की है, वो मुझे लगता है एक अच्छा संकेत है, एक अच्छा साइन है, क्योंकि अगर हमें कल्पना करनी चाहिए कि इस दिवाली जो हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, जब भगवान श्री राम अयोध्या वापस आए होंगे तो क्या नजारा रहा होगा, कैसा वहां का चित्र रहा होगा, कैसी भव्यता रही होगी, क्योंकि अयोध्या नगरी प्राचीन काल से ही एक बहुत ही भव्य और बहुत बड़ी नगरी के रूप में जानी जाती है। वाल्मीकि रामायण में भी इसका उल्लेख है कि वो कितनी विशाल एक नगरी थी, 12 योजन उसकी लंबाई थी और 3 योजन उसकी चौड़ाई थी। तो ये सरयू नदी के किनारे थी, पूरी एक वॉल्ड सिटी थी जिसमें 4 द्वार थे, एक पूर्वी द्वार था, एक पश्चिमी द्वार था, उत्तरी द्वार सरयू की तरफ खुलता था। तो उसकी भव्यता का आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं और मुझे लगता है कि आज वही प्राचीन भव्यता हम सब लोगों को परिलक्षित होती है जब इस तरह का दीपोत्सव कार्यक्रम मनाया जाता है। तो ये एक उत्साह का कार्यक्रम है, ये एक सत्य की विजय का कार्यक्रम है, ये भारतीय संस्कृति को सबके सामने, पूरे विश्व के सामने प्रस्तुत करने का कार्यक्रम है। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये एक अच्छा साइन है।
जी बिल्कुल। और अगर हम बात करें डॉक्टर शर्मा इस सबके महत्व के बारे में, तो जैसे मैं पहले भी बता रहा था कि ये एक राजनीतिक कदम की तरह नहीं देखा जाना चाहिए, क्योंकि जो हमारी संस्कृति है, जो हमारी कला है, जो हमारा धर्म है, वह हमारा सॉफ्ट पावर भी है। इससे ही हम विदेश से भी नाता जोड़ सकते हैं, हिंदू डायस्पोरा जो विदेश में है उनसे, और पर्यटक भी इस वजह से ज़्यादा संख्या में हमारे देश में आएंगे और आते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, आप सही कह रहे हैं कि अयोध्या की जो नगरी है उसकी प्राचीनता और भव्यता इस बात पर भी है कि धार्मिक रूप से उसका बहुत महत्व है। हमारे यहाँ जो 7 ऐसे नगर बताए गए जिनको मोक्षदायी कहा गया है, उसमें अयोध्या का नाम आता है सबसे पहले, फिर उसमें मथुरा का नाम आता है, काशी का नाम आता है, कांची का नाम आता है, अवंतिका का नाम आता है, पुरी का नाम आता है। तो ये 7 नगर बताए गए जो कि मोक्षदायी नगर है। तो ऐसी भारतीय संस्कृति के ये नगर जो केवल अगर संस्कृति की दृष्टि से देखें तो केवल हिंदू परंपरा से ही नहीं है। यहाँ अमित राय जैन जी भी बैठे हैं, जैन परंपरा में भी जो 24 तीर्थंकर हैं, उन 24 तीर्थंकर में 5 तीर्थंकरों का जन्म स्थान अयोध्या है। तो उससे भी आप ये महत्व समझ सकते हैं कि कितना महत्वपूर्ण ये स्थान रहा है। दूसरा, अगर हम महात्मा बुद्ध की बात करें तो महात्मा बुद्ध ने भी अपने जीवन का एक बहुत बड़ा पीरियड साकेत और अयोध्या में बिताया। जब चीनी यात्री हुएनसांग भारत की यात्रा पर आया 7वीं शताब्दी में, तो वो भी इस अयोध्या पर विजिट करता है और वो ये बताता है कि यहाँ किस तरह से 20 बुद्ध मंदिर हैं, 3000 बौद्ध भिक्षु हैं। तो जो भारतीय संस्कृति है, जो सबको अपने आप में समेटे हैं, मुझे लगता है अयोध्या उसका प्रतीक है। न केवल हिंदू संस्कृति का, जैन संस्कृति का, बौद्ध संस्कृति का, जो भी भारतीय संस्कृति के अंग हैं, उनका केंद्र बिंदु मुझे अयोध्या के रूप में दिखता है। और जब अयोध्या का वैभव अब ये पुनः प्राप्त हो रहा है, जैसा कि प्राचीन काल में भी रहा है। मुझे याद आता है इतिहास का, जब कालिदास ने रघुवंश लिखा तो उन्होंने लिखा कि जब रामचंद्र जी के बाद कुश को कुशनगर में चले गए थे अपनी राजधानी बना करके, वो दोबारा जब अयोध्या देखते हैं तो उन्हें बड़ा ऐसा लगता है कि शायद शायद अयोध्या उजड़ रही है। तो वो दोबारा से अयोध्या को अपनी राजधानी बनाते हैं और वो दोबारा से वो उस पुनः वैभव को प्राप्त करती है। तो मुझे लगता है कि एक बार पुनः, क्योंकि हिस्ट्री रिपीट इटसेल्फ कहा जाता है, कि पुनः अयोध्या अपने उसी वैभव को प्राप्त कर रही है जो कि प्राचीन ग्रंथों में, प्राचीन धर्मों में, अनेक अनेक प्राचीन ग्रंथों में जिसका उल्लेख किया जाता रहा है मोक्षदायिनी अयोध्या के।
Well, a grand laser show, of course, is underway as we speak. We can see on our screens there these, spectacular visuals really coming in, which will make not just people of Ayodhya proud, but people of the entire country proud. Isn't it, Sumit Peer, a political commentator? Sumit, how do you react to these beautiful visuals coming in on the broadcast from Ayodhya? Also, Sumit, your take on how the day has really panned out, with the Prime Minister choosing to spend this Diwali Eve with the people of Ayodhya, offering prayers at Ramlalla and partaking in the aarti at Saryu River.
Uday, thank you very much for having me on your show. Well, the message is strong, it is amply clear, it is direct. This Ayodhya is the epicenter of 1.5 billion Hindus, Sanatanis. You may be living in India, you may be anywhere in India, but your nerve center, your heart, where the beat happens is Ayodhya. When the Honorable Prime Minister is going on the eve of Diwali, that means that Ayodhya has utmost relevance in the Hindu faith. And as a practicing Hindu, as a proud Sanatani, he is kind of holding that faith. Now, the Honorable Prime Minister himself going there, doing the puja, doing the aartis, offering prayers in Ramlalla, that is what is the importance of Ayodhya in the Hindu faith. Remember, Uday, this was in dispute for more than half a century. This was in courts for 135 years. Now, when the Honorable Prime Minister is going there, the message is very loud and clear. The media is covering it. Every Hindu, every Sanatani across the world is realizing the need of and realizing the stature of Ayodhya. For Muslims, Makkah is important, very good. For Christians, Vatican is important. For Hindus and Sanatanis, Ayodhya is important. That is the stature we're giving to the Ayodhya. And we have fought half a century for it. It is a more than 500 years old dispute. And we have been the only community who has been very, very patient and going by the rule of the law, going by what the courts say, going by going by what the rule of the law says. We have never gone and used force or, got an audience to kind of, do things in our favor. This is also an epicenter of that. And as a proud Hindu and Sanatani, he has every right to go and do that and practice his religion. If a Muslim can go to a Hajj or into Makkah or Medina to offer Hajj, similarly, a Christian can go to a Vatican for his religious things. Exactly in the same sense, Prime Minister Modi is going there. The message is very, very clear. And as a proud Sanatani, it's a moment of pride for me, because this is my Prime Minister. He represents me, he represents my country, he represents my faith. Important is also not only country and the legislation power, is also the representation of faith. Ayodhya is symbol of Hindu pride, and those symbols of Hindu pride have to be brought up. Uday, we have suffered a lot. Remember today how many car sevaks were killed? I mean, you see how many people have sacrificed their lives, how many people have lost everything fighting for this cause, how many families are devastated, and now we see this happening. If it will not happen in India, the question is where will it happen? If Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji will not do it, then who will do it? Agar Ram ka gungan Hindustan mein nahi hoga, to kya Pakistan mein hoga kya? These are the things we have to be very clear and direct about. And honestly, it's not you are casting aspersions, Uday. I mean, why are we even thinking when a practicing Hindu is practicing his religion? Modi ji is a proud practicing Hindu. When he goes to Kashi Vishwanath, people start asking questions. Bhai, election aa raha kya? When Mahakal corridor is there, okay, there's some election happening. When Ayodhya is done, sir, if he will not do it, who will do it? And honestly, Uday, he is chosen by the God himself. Look, this is a 500-year-old dispute. During his tenure, the dispute gets settled. During his tenure, he lays the foundation stone. During his tenure, he does his puja, and very sure during his tenure, he will also do the inauguration. So out of 1.5 billion Hindus spread across the whole world and 500 years of history, now if this man is on the epicenter of everything, don't we conclude this man is chosen by the God himself? अगर ये परम पिता परमात्मा की इच्छा है, आप और हम कौन होते हैं इस पे सवालिया निशान लगाने वाले? And where are we finding politics in this, and where are we discussing politics in this? It is an equal right which even the constitution of the country guarantees him. And if this is done by my Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, I don't think I and Sanatan can have a better representative. He has put Sanatan on the global stage. If Sanatan has a brand ambassador, if Sanatan has a hero, the name of the hero is Shri Narendra Modi ji, and proudly so. I mean, I can't express my emotions more because I'll get a bit more emotional, I'll get overboard, but that is the level of emotion. Hinduism and Sanatan in this country needed this, and this is rightfully given because what we demand is respect. We are not demanding respect, we are commanding respect. This is what should be given to the oldest surviving civilization on planet Earth. And kudos to the Prime Minister, and kudos to Yogi Adityanath ji for this.
Let's just listen in for a few seconds to this spectacular show, this cultural performance, and then we'll also bring in our other guests who are with us as well.
दिवाली फिर गई मनाई, राम कथा सुखदाई साधु, राम कथा सुखदाई, राम कथा सुखदाई साधु, राम कथा सुखदाई। जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम। राम राज्य में सभी बराबर, मर्यादित और सुखी सुरक्षित, बालक बूढ़े महिलाएं खुश, पर्या जलवायु भी संतुलित।
Vanya Arya, Hindu activist, is also with us at this point on the broadcast. Vanya Arya, how have you reacted to the Prime Minister's speech today? What was the main takeaway according to you? Also, all of this, of course, reminds us all to celebrate our Hindu culture, our Hindu pride, our heritage, to take pride in all of this, and also has become a big cultural showcase because we do believe that even foreign country ambassadors are in attendance as well at this event. Vanya Arya.
Thank you so much, Uday. So it's actually a very, proud moment for the country and the proud moment for everyone, for each and every Hindu. And there is as such, my colleague has also said, there is no political connection with this. In fact, it represents the connection of dots, reuniting the entire country. The strategy, the way Modi ji is going at the construction site, connecting to each and every worker who is working on the site and increasing their morale, increasing their motivation, the way they are working, it actually, connecting to a common man. It's a very important thing, the way he's connecting Honorable Modi ji, being so humble and being so down to earth, and a dispute which has, gone come from century, and it's the level of patience of Hindus. And now it is getting manifested. It's like a dream come true for the entire country. It's a proud moment for all the Hindus who are located across the globe. And basically this Deepotsav. So अगर हम किसी दिए की बात करते हैं तो दिया एक अंधकार को मिटाता है, दिया खुद जलता है और उसके बाद उस अंधकार को मिटाकर प्रकाश फैलाता है। तो ये जो दीपोत्सव, it is actually sending a message of removing the darkness and spreading light everywhere. So the message it is conveying, and since it is connected to Ram Mandir, and Bhagwan Ram denotes Maryada, denotes your moral values, and it is going to carry forward within the generations the message it is bringing for humanity. And it's like a teamwork, it's like a very big project, and it's it's going to bring lot of improvement opportunities, lot of employment opportunities for people. It's not a small project, and Modi ji being the leader of this project, a man who considers India as one family, and each and every member being part of the family. So it's a very proud moment, and the most important thing is the people across the globe are going to visit this site. all like from long time we are being reading in the books of history about God Ram, like Shri Ram, उनकी मर्यादा के बारे में हमने बहुत कुछ पढ़ा, जितने भी उनके sacrifices जो श्री राम ने करे, like so much we have read, but now we are going to see live. So and especially for us, for our upcoming generations, क्या ये जो संस्कार है, ये जो कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा, एंड मोदी जी की जो डेडिकेशन है इस पूरे प्रोजेक्ट के लिए एज अ लीडर ऑफ द कंट्री, the way he has touched upon so much big projects in the past also, in recent past also, be it Kashinath, be it Kashi Vishwanath, or be it Mahakal. So everywhere, he's going, he's connecting the dots, reuniting. एक बहुत ही ज़्यादा संदेश है भारत को जोड़ने का, भारत के लोगों को reunite करने का, हिंदूज के लिए एक बहुत ही प्राउड मोमेंट है. जितने डिस्प्यूट्स हमने देखे, कभी हमने एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं करा था कि हम लोग अपनी इस लाइफ में राम मंदिर को अपने आंखों से बनते देखेंगे, हम वहां पर विजिट कर पाएंगे श्री राम के प्लेस पे, और जो 18 lakhs, this depot itself, representing the removal of darkness from the country, because we all do for others, but there are very lesser times when we do for others. And Modi ji, the way he's connecting, look at the expressions of people at the Ram Mandir site, the way they are working, and Modi ji connecting and asking them, giving them examples, quoting their names as Kaushalya. So it is so much, look at the expressions, look at the, proud on their faces. So it's like Modi ji going everywhere, celebrating the Diwali Eve at Ayodhya, and with the honorable respected CM, Mr. Yogi ji also. So it's very good. There is no political connection with it. It's reuniting, spreading the message of peace across the globe, spreading the message of unity across the globe, and spreading the message and the carry forwarding of the sanskars to our upcoming generations, and even across the globe, the foreign tourists who are going to visit, who have just read in the books of history, they're going to read about Bhagwan Ram, they're going to visit the Ram Mandir site with their own eyes. So it's really a very, representing the culture of the country, representing the moral values of the country, and India already being famous for its culture, ethics, moral values. So it's really a very, very proud moment, as well as it's an emotional moment, because it's the most awaited moment for each and every Hindu. And it's not only Hindu, I believe that everyone is so much excited about the construction of Ram Mandir and the efforts which Modi ji is putting into it, and all the big projects into the past which he has picked. Actually, we have never imagined that this is gonna come true, and within this century itself, and this project, it's really a dream come true. Our sincere gratitude to Modi ji for spreading such messages on the symbol of peace, unity, humanity, connection of dots, reuniting the country and reuniting all the Hindus across the globe.
Yes, this certainly is a tribute to the real Ram Rajya. Sumit has an intervention to make as well on that point, and then I'll draw in Pikari Nambiar as well.
You see, Uday, the most important thing is today when we talk of a Ram Rajya, what is Ram Rajya? Ram Rajya is equal opportunities for all. Ram Rajya is where people are not discriminated. Ram Rajya is where the justice prevails. Ram Rajya is where the majority community waits for 135 years for a court to give a verdict. Ram Rajya is where you don't get an ordinance and get an force your way through. The Ram Rajya is where you have 90% of the majority. The Baba dismantled your biggest temple, yet you had 500 years of patience to do it. You didn't use force and violent means to do it. That is Ram Rajya. Ram Rajya is sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka vishwas. These are the kind of things which is done. Now today, Uday, you make a very important point. The point you were just saying that the ambassadors of all the countries are there. Now, if this seal of Hinduism, this this seal of greatness of Sanatana, which is more than 50,000 years old, and by science also we have more than 24,000 years, which even the modern day science agrees and accepts. Now, if I have the foreign ministers there, if I have these foreign ambassadors there, what does this mean? This Yogi ji's, this Modi ji's model of governance is even endorsed by these governments. If there was something wrong, if there was not something which some people cast aspersions around, why would a foreign ambassador be there? He could avoid not to, he could choose not to go. So as these foreign dignitaries are there, their medias will cover, their governments will talk about it, it will go into their reports. The concept of Rajya, where it is equal opportunity for all, has been endorsed to the whole world. And Uday, there are two things I want to mention here. You see, the most important thing is that, first thing, I'll give you an example. It is just few years, NASA, around 20, 30, 40 years back, NASA sent satellites to the sky and they started predicting solar eclipse, lunar eclipse and all that. Now, and it costs hundreds of billions of dollars to do that. By the way, our Panchangas, for last 5,000 years, which costed 30 rupees, is able to predict the same thing with exact same accuracy. NASA satellites projects around a month back, we pre-project in the beginning of the year. and we didn't have any satellites. This is the greatness of Sanatan. Another point I want to make. Usually people think, oh, it's Galileo, it's the telescope, it's the 9 planets he discovered. Wow, Galileo was a great man. Wow, I'm impressed. But if you go back to our Sanatan Itihas, and if you go to our Vedas and Upanishads and all, thousands of years back, we talked about Navagreha. Navagreha is the 9 planets. But who is taking all the limelight? Who's taking all the credit? It's the Galileo, his telegraph and his telescope and the 9 planets. But nobody is talking the reality. The reality is we talked about it a few thousand years back. We started predicting what your NASA's multi-billion-dollar toys can do a few thousand years back. And what does it cost for us? It also only costs us 30 rupees. And we do it very accurate in the beginning of the year. Indian culture, Indian science like Jyotish and all has been systematically brought down. It has been systematically slaughtered and cannibalized. And so it's all quickly, it doesn't really make sense. Oh, people, they don't believe in this. Now, when these things start coming to the international forum, when these foreign dignitaries are endorsing it, when they see that everybody within the India is getting equal opportunities to grow and the country is prospering as such. When we are building the LCH, we make us number 6 country in the world, aircraft carrier number 6 country in the world, ICBM in a nuclear powered submarine number 4th country in the world, economy-wise number 5th, military-wise number 3. In every sphere, we are in top 5 to 6 countries of the world, let it be foreign exchange, and if you look at the fastest growing economy, we are the number 1. So even if we look at the approval ratings of Prime Minister Modi in United States of America, his approval ratings are more than Joe Biden in an American survey. That is what we are talking about, Uday. The message is much bigger because Sanatan is the only way of life. Hindutva is the only way of life which talks from economy to ecology in the same breath. There is nobody who has such a wider scope and dimension. Now, this is all Rama Rajya, and this is all what needs to be communicated to the world. Let's tell the world, few thousand years, we talked about an Navagreha. Let's tell the world that Pancha for last 5,000 years have been pretty able to predict what you could do today. So, civilizational superiority and civilizational advancement with the truth needs to be communicated, and this is what will resonate the power of Sanatana and power of Ramaraja on the world stage. That is why it is very, very important for the civilizational connect, for the civilizational truth to come through. And who is the best person then in India other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji to do it? So, and it is regeneration of Hinduism, it is a regeneration of Sanatan, and by the virtue of this, Sanatan ka sipahi banke Modi ji, usko wo मान और सम्मान दे रहा है, which has been deprived and snatched from his. Let's look at the bigger picture, Uday. Ramaraj is a much, much bigger thing, and this is the sustainable way of life and business which the world will learn from us. Take it from me, sir. It's a matter of time. You will see the power of Sanatan being resonated across nooks and corners of the world.
Yes, sir. Let me also quickly bring in PKD Nambiar at this point on his interpretation, his take, his perspective on the messaging, the significance of the Prime Minister's visit to Ayodhya today, and also the highlights of his 2 important key addresses that he gave on the occasion. PKD Nambiar.
Well, Uday, I believe that this country will be indebted to Prime Minister Narendra Modi forever. I think there is a cultural renaissance which has taken place, which is all because of him. And I think if this is what we have been waiting for maybe hundreds of years. Imagine that Ram is not just a god. Ram is the foundation of India. Ram is the culture of India. Ram is the value of India. Ram lives in every Sanatani's heart. So I think whatever Mr. Modi's initiative of bringing back our old civilization or our own culture back to India, I think we are all indebted to him forever. I can only just narrate a small story that when I was 17 years old in 1992, as a student of plus two, I went to Ayodhya with 4 days of traveling by 3 trains with a group of few of our Karyakartas then. And I remember that a boy who was not even known to Hindi or maybe hardly a little bit of English, coming all the way from Kerala to Ayodhya. I remember getting down at the Jhansi, from there to going to Kanpur, and Kanpur to by bus going to Ayodhya and etc. Maybe I did not stay there till December 6th. I went back a little early because we were kids in a way that way. But I can tell you that when I saw that and I picked up, like today when everybody was talking about Saryu Ma and etc. As a young boy, I carried some water back to my the water from the Saryu River then. So the emotion for me today, when I see that 18 lakh lamps are just there, more of like igniting not just the Ayodhya as a city, igniting the minds of every Indian to the whole world in a way. I think there is no one can now stop us, because India always had we were the cultural capital of the world. We were not. We had one of the temple economy, which made us till the time, even despite the Mughals, despite the foreigners who tried and captured us, we still live because of the Ram. We still have the Ram in all of us. It was not any book which was giving us that knowledge, because it was Ram is a part of each one of our DNA. And I think today is a very, very remarkable day. The Ayodhya, the great Ram temple, is going to be a reality. It's almost half real, and in another 1 year or 2 years, I'm just looking for an opportunity that when I go and pray at the massive temple. When I went there as a 17-year-old boy and had to do the darshan at the disputed structure. And I think it's a proud moment for all of us. It's not any political. And the most important part is that Mr. Narendra Modi, irrespective of what his opponent speaks, irrespective of who thinks what, he don't care. He is behaving like he is behaving like a true leader who believes in the Ram, who believes in the Sanatan Dharma and the concept of India, the concept of Bharat. And he is not shying away. Now, he is not trying to make a balance that once he, unlike the most of the other leaders, that he will, irrespective of they believe in that God or not, just going and doing the photo op. He is very, very clear. He's a hardcore, a Hindu, a leader of par excellence, who don't shy away, going to Badrinath, going to Kedarnath, going and performing a puja at the Varanasi or Kashi Vishwanath temple, or to the Ayodhya. I think the Hindu Renaissance, the cultural value of India, is coming back. And I think this is the essence of India. And if this alone can make India a Vishwa Guru in every aspect, Uday.
Let's quickly turn our focus now to the Prime Minister in Ayodhya story. I want to quickly bring in Mithun Vijay Kumar, author and activist, for his perspective as well on how the day has really panned out. Mithun Vijay Kumar, and for those who will say that this is simply being done for political reasons, and we'll discuss the political implications of all of them, what will you reply to them, Mithun?
Hello, is my voice clear? Because I see that I just got unmuted. Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was saying that for them, making such statements for appeasement, and even like Sumitji mentioned, the killing of car sevaks, all this was done for appeasement of certain community and for vote bank politics. But there is a strong leader who gives a very strong message and conveys that even the cultural identity of this country will be restored. And like Prime Minister said just moments ago, that more than a god, Lord Ram exemplified the perfect person, and he taught us how to live our lives in accordance with dharma. And like the two other fellow panelists said, Ram Rajya is seen as the epitome of, perfect governance. And today, when India has a government that focuses on developmental politics and inclusive governance, we see the restoration of our cultural identity. And others can, and the opposition, they can say anything. And the coming back to power, or maybe right from 2014 till now, BJP government has been in power, and that clearly signifies how important the party and the leadership is for the country. And despite all the unholy alliances that the opposition and all other parties have made, they still can't stand anywhere close to BJP. And BJP is the only party that has the largest support in this country. And even as a party with the highest number of members, they have crossed the record in global on a global scale. So when the Prime Minister of the world's largest democracy celebrates Diwali in Ayodhya, it projects the strength of our cultural identity to the whole world. So the significance of today's celebration is something that cannot be expressed in words. And like I said earlier, this is a moment that sends a strong message of the correction of a historic injustice. I see there were many temples that were demolished to build other places of worship, and Hindus don't expect all those temples to be resurrected. But certain places like Ayodhya, Kashi Vishwanath, etc., these have they hold a very high sentimental value. And there is no India without Ram. And like I said earlier, from the exchange of Ram greeting in Indian Army to the sketches in Indian Constitution, Lord Ram and the learnings from his life is ingrained in our culture. So this event in Ayodhya today is a very proud moment, not just for Hindus, but to the entire country and to Indians worldwide.
Yes, Dr. Amit Rai Jain, historian, is also with us. Dr. Amit Rai Jain, obviously, once again, the Prime Minister espousing the teachings of Lord Ram, because the significance of all that Lord Ram stood for is still and should still be very, very important for Indians in 2022 as well. The teachings of the Ramayana, the teachings of Lord Ram should all be imbibed by us and carried out in our day-to-day life as we strive to build a Ram Rajya, as Sumit was just pointing out earlier too.
देखिए उदय, अभी एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात बार बार निकल के आ रही है कि भगवान राम का जो सिद्धांत है, उनका जो जीवन दर्शन है, या यूं कहें कि राम राज्य की जो अवधारणा है, आज इस वर्तमान समय में अधिक प्रासंगिक है, क्योंकि पूरा विश्व जहां आर्थिक संकट से घिरा हुआ है और लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं पूरा विश्व युद्ध की तरफ जा रहा है, तो उस समय में देश को, हमारे भारत देश का एक ऐसा नैतिक कर्तव्य बन जाता है कि हमारी जो धारणा है वो भगवान श्री राम एक ऐसे महान प्रतीक पुरुष हमारे हैं, उसके माध्यम से पूरे विश्व को हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी दे रहे हैं। अभी प्रधानमंत्री जी का अयोध्या का जो दूसरा भाषण है, उसमें उन्होंने इस बात पे जोर दिया कि भारत की जो युवा शक्ति है वो पुनर्जागरण के दौर को प्राप्त करे। और मुझे लगता है कि जो मैं अभी आपके बीच में मुखातिब था, बोल रहा था कि प्रधानमंत्री जी और हमारे उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी ने, दोनों ने सामंजस्यता रखते हुए पूरे विश्व के सामने अयोध्या की सार्वभौमिकता को सामने रखने का प्रयास किया। एज ए हिस्टोरियन एक बात में और जो महत्वपूर्ण है कहना चाहूंगा कि अभी तक हमारे देश में हो ये रहा था कि 500-700 साल की दास्ता और विदेशी आक्रमणकारियों के द्वारा जो हमारी जो सांस्कृतिक अवधारणा है उसको कुचलने का प्रयास किया गया। लेकिन भारत के अंदर और भारतवासियों के अंदर एक विशेष, मुझे लगता है कि एक ऐसी शक्ति जरूर है कि उन्होंने अपने दिल के अंदर पीढ़ियों दर पीढ़ियों, सैकड़ों वर्षों तक वो दीपक जलाए रखा जो उनके अंदर प्रेरित उनको करता रहा। और इस राम जन्मभूमि आंदोलन को लेकर के कई बार युद्ध हुए, बहुत सारे ऐसे मूवमेंट्स हुए, अगर ऐतिहासिक दृष्टि से देखते हैं तो उनको संजोने की जरूरत है। और मुझे लगता है कि अयोध्या और श्री राम के जीवन व्रत को लेकर के जो अब से करीब 1 दशक पहले ही भारत की अदालतों के अंदर और यूं कहूं कि कुछ ऐसे बुद्धिजीवी वर्ग के लोग थे जो भगवान श्री राम और अयोध्या की प्रासंगिकता और उनके जीवंतता को लेकर के या उनके अस्तित्व को लेकर के भी सवाल उठा रहे थे। और आज देश पिछले 8 वर्षों में इस स्थिति में है कि अयोध्या के अंदर 18 लाख दीपोत्सव के प्रज्वलन का महोत्सव मनाया जा रहा है, जिसके अंदर देश के प्रधानमंत्री स्वयं मौजूद है और वो सरयू की आरती के अंदर मौजूद हैं और पूरे देश को, क्या पूरे विश्व को भगवान श्री राम के लाखों करोड़ों जो उनके भक्त हैं, जो उनके प्रति श्रद्धा रखने वाले लोग हैं, भारत की अस्मिता का जो प्रतीक महापुरुष है उसके प्रति श्रद्धा रखने वाले लोग हैं, उनको एक संदेश दे रहे हैं। तो मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि देश को और पूरे विश्व भर को भगवान श्री राम की प्रामाणिकता हमें देश के इस वर्तमान सरकारों को सिद्ध करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि वैसे तो फाइनल वर्डिक्ट जो हाई कोर्ट का आया है उसके अंदर बहुत लंबा उन्होंने फैसला दिया, उसके अंदर बहुत लंबे ट्रायल्स हुए, बहुत सारी उन्होंने साक्ष्य वहां प्रस्तुत किए। उन साक्ष्यों को लेकर भी मेरा ये कहना है कि इसके ऊपर भी देश को एक वृहद कार्यक्रम चलाना चाहिए और कोई भी ऐसा लिटरेचर नहीं है। एक बात और गौर करने की है कि देश के किसी भी कोने में कोई ऐसी रिलीजियस थीम नहीं है कि जहां पर भगवान श्री राम की उपस्थिति ना दिखती हो, चाहे दक्षिण भारत हो, चाहे पूर्व हो, चाहे पश्चिम हो, उत्तर भारत हो। अभी डॉक्टर कृष्णकांत शर्मा जी ने विशेष तौर पे बात कही कि अयोध्या भारतीय दर्शनों की एक केंद्र स्थली है, चाहे उसमें जैन हो, चाहे बौद्ध हो, चाहे सिख धर्म हो, हिंदू धर्म हो, ये सभी भारतीय धर्म है। एक और विशेष बात मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि भगवान श्री राम भारतीय सभ्यता संस्कृति के प्रतीक महापुरुष हैं। आज वर्तमान में देश के अंदर जितनी भी मुस्लिम जनता है उसका 90-95% जो हिस्सा है उनके पूर्वज चाहे 2 पीढ़ी पहले हों, चाहे 4 या 5 पीढ़ी पहले हों, वो हिंदू ही थे। और आज भी हम लोगों का एक शोध चल रहा है जिसके माध्यम से पता चला है कि आज भी मुस्लिम जो कन्वर्टेड हिंदू से मुस्लिम बने हैं देश में, चाहे वो किन्हीं भी कारणों से बने हो, उनके बहुत सारे ऐसे रीति रिवाज हैं, उनके वैवाहिक संस्कार हैं जो भगवान श्री राम के नाम से शुरू होते हैं। और कहीं कहीं तो ऐसा भी है कि जो हमारे हिंदू त्योहार हैं उनको सभी जो आज मुस्लिम भारतीय मुस्लिम हैं वो मना रहे हैं। तो हमें उनकी जड़ों की ओर जाना होगा और उनको कहीं ना कहीं भगवान श्री राम के प्रति जो उनके मन की श्रद्धा है उसको जागृत करने की आवश्यकता है। देश के प्रधानमंत्री जी और हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी और उनके सभी सहयोगियों ने आज देश को एक ऐसा आईना जरूर दिखा दिया है कि भगवान श्री राम के प्रति और खुल करके अपनी बात कही जाए। और पिछले दिनों में ऐसे बहुत सारे प्रसंग हुए हैं, मुस्लिम राष्ट्रीय मंच से जुड़े हुए बहुत सारे ऐसे मुस्लिम बुद्धिजीवी वर्ग के लोग हैं जो सामने आए हैं और उन्होंने भगवान राम के प्रति, भारत की सभ्यता संस्कृति के प्रति निष्ठा जाहिर की है। उसको सिलसिलेवार इतिहास के रूप में प्रस्तुत किया जाना चाहिए। मैंने भी एक पुस्तक राम जन्मभूमि अयोध्या पास्ट टू प्रेजेंट अभी लिखी है, इसका विमोचन भी अभी होना अभी संभावित है कि आगामी 1 से 2 माह में हो। इसके अंदर मैंने जिक्र किया है पूरे राम जन्मभूमि आंदोलन का और इसके अंदर मैंने कंपाइल करने की कोशिश की है उन ऐसे अज्ञात अनाम शहीदों की कि जिन्होंने इस राम जन्मभूमि अयोध्या आंदोलन के अंदर अपनी शहादत दी और जिसके बल पर आज हम ये सब महा महोत्सव आज पूरे देश को और विश्व के सामने आयोजित कर पा रहे हैं। उदय
जी बिल्कुल। लेट मी गो बैक टू Dr. K.K. Sharma as well for his take. Dr. Sharma, you can also react to Dr. Amit Ray's point क्योंकि ये आज ये चर्चा होनी बहुत ज़रूरी है और जैसे मैं पहले भी कह रहा था कि ये सिर्फ एक राजनीतिक विषय के दायरे में नहीं देखा जाना चाहिए। डॉक्टर शर्मा
जी बिल्कुल, जैसा कि आपने भी कहा और मेरी भी मान्यता यह है कि देश में राजनीति से ऊपर संस्कृति है। देश की संस्कृति महत्वपूर्ण है। राजनीति तो एक बहुत छोटा सा अवयव है, बहुत छोटा सा एक अंग है। देश की बृहद्दता को, देश की समुचता को अगर आपको समझना होगा तो शायद एक संस्कृति ही ऐसी चीज है जिसमें हम पूरे देश को एक बार में समझ सकते हैं। तो आज जो अयोध्या को लेकर के जो कार्यक्रम हो रहा है माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी द्वारा, ये जो कार्यक्रम दीपोत्सव का किया जा रहा है, ये भारतीय संस्कृति का कार्य है, किसी राजनीतिक अस्तित्व का कार्यक्रम नहीं है। ये एक संस्कृति का कार्यक्रम है और भारतीय संस्कृति का अस्तित्व वर्षों वर्षों से, शताब्दियों से रहा है और पूरे विश्व को हम लोग ऐसे ही भारत को विश्व गुरु नहीं कह देते। यहाँ बहुत सारी परंपराएं, बहुत सारी मान्यताएं, बहुत सारे दर्शन इस देश ने पूरे विश्व को दिए हैं और मुझे लगता है कि आज उन युवाओं के लिए जो शायद यूरो सेंट्रिक होकर के चीजों को सोचते हैं, उनके लिए भी एक चिंतन का विषय है, उनके लिए भी एक आज मनन का विषय है कि अयोध्या जो शायद उनके परिप्रेक्ष्य में कहीं धूमिल सी हो गई थी, पुनः एक बार से उन सब के केंद्र बिंदु में आ गई है और वो भी शायद ये समझ पा रहे हैं कि भारतीय संस्कृति का कितना एक बड़ा वैभव अयोध्या नगरी के रूप में रहा है, और पिछले कुछ वर्षों में शायद उस वैभव को कम करने का, कमतर करने का प्रयास किया गया था। परंतु पुनः माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये एक बार सिद्ध कर दिया कि भारतीय संस्कृति के वैभव को उनके रहते कम नहीं किया जा सकता, और पूरे विश्व में उन्होंने उस वैभव को एक तरह से प्रचारित और प्रसारित करने का प्रयास किया है। और मुझे तो एक बार पुनः याद आते हैं विवेकानंद, जिन्होंने अमेरिका में खड़े होकर के भारतीय संस्कृति और विशेष रूप से हिंदू धर्म के सिद्धांतों को पूरे विश्व के सामने रखा था। तो मुझे तो बिल्कुल ऐसा ही आज अनुभव हो रहा है कि माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी उसी तरह से पूरे विश्व के सामने उस भारतीय संस्कृति, उस हिंदू संस्कृति, उस सनातन संस्कृति की जो अच्छाइयां हैं, उस संस्कृति की जो वैभवता है, उस संस्कृति की जो शालीनता है, जो भगवान राम के चरित्र में हमें शुरू से लेकर आखिर तक दिखती है, कि पूरी शक्ति होने के बाद भी उन्होंने अपने जीवन में शील का आचरण नहीं छोड़ा। मुझे लगता है यही भारतीय संस्कृति का एक संदेश है जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी पूरे विश्व को देना चाहते हैं, कि भारत कितना भी शक्तिशाली होगा, कितना भी शक्तिशाली हो जाएगा, परंतु हमारे जो शील का आचरण है, हमारे यहाँ जो एक व्यवहार है, वो हम शायद नहीं छोड़े। जी।
PKD Nambiar is with us. Do we have PKD Nambiar with us? Okay, we've lost PKD Nambiar with us. Do we have Vanya Arya with us? Okay, we've lost Vanya Arya also with us. Sumit Peer, I'll leave you the last word. Your closing comment, Sumit.
Uday, there are a couple of things which have to be very clear, that Prime Minister Modi is a proud Hindu. He's not apologetical, or he's not apological to be a Hindu. And this is the message. This is the message, which has to resonate, which has to resonate across the length and breadth of the country and to the community as such, to the world as such. Uday, let's not forget, Hinduism and Hindus have been subjected to cultural genocide. There have been 1,000 years of Islamic invasion. We have survived. We are the only way of life, or the only religion which has survived 1,000 years of Islamic invasion. You see, Lebanon was converted in 40 years, and Turkey was converted in 32 years. Egypt was converted in 24 to 28 years. But here, for 1,000 years, amidst the onslaught, we survived. We could stand up. This is the message which has to go loud and clear, because our roots were rock solid. There was something in our roots which made us strong. And this is the power of Sanatana. This is what Sanatana gives you as a way of life. Now, these all things need to be communicated. Now, that pride of Hindus, that pride of Hinduism, that belief of Hinduism is what is being regenerated and restored. Now, when the Honorable Prime Minister of the country is going and doing it on the world stage, with the entire national and international media is covering it, the message is very loud and clear. We are not apologetic to be Hindus. We are proud to be Hindus. And I want to ask one question. There are people who have on sworn in affidavits, लिखित affidavit में उन्होंने माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, द ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया, दे सेड कि भगवान श्री राम काल्पनिक पात्र है. It's a figment of imagination. What will happen to these people? Why are they celebrating Diwali? I want to go and check in their houses if are they celebrating Diwali today or not. Are they on their Twitter? Are they wishing Happy Diwali or not? Are they saying Happy Choti Diwali or not? If Bhagwan Shri Ram is a Kalpanik Patra, where does Diwali come in? Where does Choti Diwali come in? What are they celebrating today? This also exposes the systematic hypocrisy wherein some people out of our community were used to and training guns against us, where we could go down to a level and go to the Honorable Supreme Court of India and say Bhagwan Shri Ram to Kalpanik Patra. This was not said by Romans, this was not said by Persians, this was not said by Greek, they were our own men. This leader, this icon of India, this son of soil is answer to those people. He is giving them an answer in the befitting way, which these people will never ever forget, and country will neither forget, will neither forgive. आपने बोला था भगवान श्री राम काल्पनिक पात्र है. You're on a sworn affidavit in the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Now, what is your position here? Now, when the Mahakal corridor was happening, the people from the same group were jumping and saying, "Oh, we have also contributed." यहाँ तो भगवान श्री राम काल्पनिक पात्र है और बाबा भोलेनाथ हकीकत है. यहाँ तो दोनों ही काल्पनिक है, दोनों ही हकीकत है. Now, this talks of the political hypocrisy and a vendetta when the systematic erosion of Sanatana was done under a pre-designated, stand. We have discussed how these new Jashne Riwayat ads have come, how somebody was trying to give tips on Diwali, and all those things haven't happened. Jallikattu, cruelty to animals, Durga Puja, Hindu gangs, and on a Dashera, the Hindu mobs were attacked. On a Dashera, the Hindu pandals are attacked. We need to go to High Court to have a procession for a Dashera, and we need to go to a Karnataka High Court to use a Eidgah ground for our Diwali celebrations. We see the attempts which are being done against the Hinduism, but if Prime Minister Modi is putting his power, his stature and his goodwill behind it, it's a round, clear political message, a 360-degree message to anybody and anybody who matters. Get out of the way. Do not dare to mess with the oldest living civilization of planet Earth. And we are the most productive, most peaceful, and most contributing civilization. We never had crusades. We never had renaissance. We don't believe in jihad. We don't believe in forced conversions. We don't believe in anything. We believe the power of dharma is such. People get attracted. And by the way, in Russia, the highest converted religion today is Hinduism. The Cambodia, it is Hinduism. And in Colombia, it's Hinduism. People world over are recognizing the power of Sanatana. And that is what is irking a lot of people. But let them live with it. Let them irk with it. We have absolutely no problems. If we have survived for 50,000 years, there should be something great with this. कुछ तो बात है जहां में मिटती नहीं हस्ती हमारी माना रहा है सदियों से दुश्मन दौरे ज़मा हमारा.
चलिए, आपके शेर से हम प्रोग्राम का अंत करते हैं. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप सबका कि आप हमारे संग जुड़े. थैंक यू ऑल वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस एंड हैप्पी दिवाली to all of you who all of you guests and all of you viewers watching the program today as well.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.